First thing we want to do is be safe. We're going to do a little drive and talk. I'm trying out this action cam to see how it works out and stuff. Give it a whack. But other than that, how's everybody doing today? Hope everybody's doing real good. Well, today I just want to talk about things that can hinder us, discourage us, and things that we can do to help with that. I'm not a psychiatrist by any means. I'm just a regular, average guy that's just trying to use media and social media to help people out, and also to help motivate people. Because a lot of the situations that we have, in life, either one, they happen for a reason, or two, is that we made a bad decision. And I know a lot of people say that oh, it's your bad luck. Times that when we have issues that happen, we want to seem to blame it on someone else or some other thing because it didn't go our way. I got discouraged today because everyone has a lot of times people have hidden agendas, or they use other situations to justify their motives or their things they want to do. Or it's just that people just naturally have a bad mentality and they want to do whatever they can to make themselves look better or do things to make them feel superior. And it's sad that we live in a world like that. We should always be treating everybody with respect. We always should be treating people with dignity and all that. But a lot of times it does not happen. And when that doesn't happen, either somebody gets hurt and it just depends on how you react to it. But the main point I'm getting at is when things happen to you, you got to know how to react to it in a positive manner. And there's always a positive at the end of the tunnel. Excuse the truck noise. Very loud truck. But you have to learn how to take the negative and make a positive out of it, which sometimes can be very difficult, very hard to do. And sometimes people or yourself may just need a reality check about what's going on. You know what I'm saying? For example, like me, I used to ride sport bikes. I got a cruiser now, but I used to ride sport bikes, and whenever I felt like the hints where I feel like, oh, I'm getting a little too crazy on the bike, or I'm trying to do a new stunt or something like that, and something that's very dangerous, I have to, do a reality check. And what I would usually do is I would, once a few, I would go online on YouTube and I would look at sport bike accident or bike sometimes you have to mentally tell yourself that so that you can progress and go further. It can always be worse. And you gotta sometimes you gotta sit down and do a mental inventory of your life, what you got going on, so you can actually realize that, hey, you know what? It's not as bad as I think it is. Yes, this may happen. It's not as bad as I think it is. And people are going to do things to come against you and put you down. But the main thing is how you go forth and use that as a fuel for one, motivation to do better, or two, motivation to excel you, to learn more, so you can be put in a different situation to where you don't have to worry about that stuff, or three, just move on. And sometimes you just got to just move on. That's a lot of things that's wrong with people. People just can't just move on. People let stuff get to them so bad to where it ruins their whole life. And they can go through 20, 30 years of holding a past experience, and it just eats them alive. And they can never live a free and helpful and nice life because they're still holding on to the past. And I know it's easier said than done, but you got to just let it go. You're going to have relationships, you're going to have people in your life that's going to do you dirty, that's going to use you, that's going to lie to you, that's going to treat you bad. And the one thing you do not want to do is that you don't want to wish negativity upon their life, because that's not the right thing to do. And I admit, I did that today. I wish negativity upon a past situation in life. And I ask God for forgiveness for that. That's not what you're supposed to do. But what you need to do is let God take care of yourself and let God continue to flow through you and forgive. You got to learn how to forgive people. Because when you forgive, things will start happening better in your life. But remember, things can always get worse. Things can always get worse. You know, one of the biggest enjoyments in life is just to help somebody. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that's one of the biggest rewards ever. I mean, it'll make you feel so much better when you just help somebody. Yeah, and what the enjoyment that would give you is a sense of purpose. That's what we're here for. We're here to help others. We're here to have a sense of purpose. And you know, people out there that have blessings bestowed upon them as far as financial or whatever it is. You got the ones out there who use that to benefit, to help others, and you use that and you got other people out there that will use that to put others down. You see, money is just a tool to help you or help others. It's not there to sit there and put you on the pedestal like you're bettering them. That's when it comes to the fact that money's proving about you, because it's when you use money the wrong way. But the whole point of having money or having abundance of money is to help others. That's the whole key, to help others. So, in closing with this podcast, this video, we're going to post this on Instagram, we're going to post this on YouTube. So, follow me on YouTube, Big Boy Live, or Big Boy Product Reviews. I have Anchor Podcast. All the links will be in the description. Instagram, Terra Jersey. Instagram, Tekken5. Like I said, everything will be in the description. And like I said, my podcast and my videos are geared to help others with situations and remain feeling down. But mainly, I'm here to use my life situations, that stuff that I've been through, to help people move on in the way I had to. Because not everything is all peaches and cream, you know. Sometimes you gotta work and grind. If you want something, you gotta work and grind, you know. Things are not just given to you. You're gonna have people that's gonna come against you. You're gonna have people that's gonna treat you bad. You're gonna have people that's gonna talk about you. You're gonna have all that. But the main thing is how you choose to move past that. And if you hold on to it and you let it eat you alive, then it's just going to get worse. So what I'm saying is keep your head up, people. The world we live in is getting worse as the days go by, and all we need to do is keep our heads up, keep helping others, and keep trying to be successful, because the world's not really a happy place right now, and it's sad. You know, we should be all standing together as one to be better, but we're all out there attacking each other and being hateful towards each other. We don't need that. We're all human beings here. We all bleed the same color blood. You know, you shouldn't let the color of your skin or your indifferences determine what your life is about or who you are. Hate and racism, it's not something that you're born with, it's something that you're taught. And people just forget that. You're taught hate. So let's stop teaching hate and start teaching love. That's what we need to do. Because when you teach people love, it makes life so much better. So, be courteous, be helpful. So everyone have a great day. Stay blessed, stay safe. And remember, it could always be worse. Signing out. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Big Boy Life Podcast. Once again, we're in an exciting episode of Two Guys and a Beer. I got my partner, Drill Sergeant Merle.
Oh.
It's been a long time, man. How you been?
Living this dream.
Is it a dream or a nightmare?
Nightmare's still a dream.
Well, you know, that is true. A nightmare is still a dream. It's a negative dream. So I had a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
So with the wave in the future going on with politics, especially way talk about how California passing that law about future all electric cars, I forgot what the time frame is.
2035.
Where and then now with President-elect Joe Biden wanting to get rid of fracking and fossil fuels and start doing more clean energy and this and that, which is going to pertain to more electric vehicles. So let's talk, and I know this episode is going to be talking about, like we normally talk about, is cars and stuff. So what are your view on electric cars besides you have an electric car?
I don't have an electric car. But
that Camaro sounds like an electric car.
Shit. Now your truck sounds like a freaking electric since you put mufflers on it.
Well, it sounds louder than your electric car, Tesla Camaro. Well, besides that, I mean, yeah, they're cool. The technology's cool with it and everything. I mean, but all in all, are you really saving anything by going with an electric car?
I mean, you're making yourself look good, but at the end of the day, what's powering your electricity?
Electricity?
No, where's your electricity coming from?
A plug in the wall?
Power plant.
I'm getting there.
Coal burning power plant.
What?
Yeah.
Hold up here. You said it's powered by what?
A coal burning power plant.
So it takes coal burning power plants or like nuclear plants in order to make electricity.
Well, nuclear's clean.
Well, nuclear is clean. I'm not saying
It's clean until it, goes bad.
Yeah,
It's bad.
bad. But in all in all, it takes coal to make electricity. Therefore, you plug your car in. So how are you really? So really, theoretically, you're not really saving the environment.
Not really. You're doing a little bit, but not enough. Think about this. Okay, the carbon footprint that you put on the earth just mining for the minerals to make the batteries.
The lithium.
Yes. Not to mention you're digging off a huge surface of the earth.
Big surface.
You're also running how many machines that burn diesel fuel to dig up the lithium for the batteries?
Yeah, I've seen the pictures online where it shows like this deep crater in the ground where they dig that stuff up.
Yeah. And what do you think's digging it? Somebody with a shovel? No, they got machinery out there burning diesel. Even if they had somebody out there digging it with a shovel, it's going to be an underage kid because most of those mines aren't in America where we have laws against child labor and slavery and all that shit. They still have slavery and all that shit in other countries.
Exactly. So really, you're not really, gaining anything. I mean,
No.
you're still.
I mean, I'm not a scientist, so you can't take my word for it.
Well, yeah, we're not. We're just a couple guys that have Bud Light in their hand, not sponsored. But if you want to sponsor us, but Anheuser-Busch, we're sure we'll take it. But we're just a couple of guys that have obviously a bunch of hot rods. Well, one's a turbo, so it's a 6-cylinder hot rod.
Well, it's not a hot rod; it's a sports sedan.
A sports sedan.
Saloon, if you're in Europe.
A sports sedan. But no, yes, there becomes a lot of features, and it's new age, and it's cool. They're slick, and for the technology guy, yeah, it's cool. Or gal, as people
They're
correct.
fast. I mean, I'll give it to
Yeah, they are fast.
I looked at a Tesla. I was going to get one at one point in time, but I ended up changing my mind because the batteries are so expensive to replace in them, and you don't know how well the car was taken care of if you're buying one used, and that's I can't afford a $120,000 car brand new, so I wasn't going to buy one brand new. I was going to buy one used. I mean, they only have like I think it's less than 20 moving parts, so as far as working on them, they're going to be far easier to work on because a lot of it's just programming. But at the end of the day, those batteries are so expensive.
Well, if you watch on YouTube, watch Scotty Kilmer. He even says don't buy use hybrid cars because those batteries are so expensive, and you gotta have specialized equipment just to even check and replace the battery. You're talking like $3 to $4 grand just for a battery, and that's a reconditioned battery.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, the technology is cool. I mean, it's
not to mention what are you? You're trying to save the environment. We gotta figure out what we're gonna do with all these black batteries before we start fucking pumping them out like crazy. Because when these batteries go bad, you can't just bury them.
No. I mean, we've been doing that.
We gotta figure out how to recycle them.
We've been throwing batteries we've been throwing like AA batteries in the trash can for probably hundreds of years since this first came out.
Yeah, and it's really bad for the environment. Really bad.
Exactly.
Like they've done studies where they've tried to find out where all the methane stuff's coming from in the air and all that shit, and a lot of it's coming from landfills. And it's just, it's a fact of life. What do you do with everybody's trash? What the fuck do you do?
Well, it just seems like that's how it is though. Like you have people out there that try to. All right, I have a great idea. We can save this, this, and that, but they forget about what it costs to save this, this, and that. Sometimes far worse than what you're trying to save.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I'm still appalled that. We're talking about electric cars, but yet hemp's still illegal.
Now it'd be a different story. As say, for instance, you have these electric cars, and the roof of the car is nothing but a solar panel, and like the hood of the car is solar panel, and the trunk lid is a solar panel, and it spots to where it automatically charging with the sun. That's what you call saving power.
Well, yes, and Fisker Karma tried that. You ever hear the cars Fisker Karma?
Nah.
You know why?
Why?
Because they were blowing up in the fucking ports when they flooded. They were not a good, well-built car in the beginning, but they've been making a comeback. And they have a solar panel on the roof, but the problem is it's not a big enough solar panel to charge batteries. It takes so much to charge those batteries that what the solar panel does is it operates like the radio in the non-essential bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
So you're using all of your battery power for the movement of the car.
We got enough technology out there and our brains to figure out where we can make an electric car without having to use electricity to charge it. Solar panels, or you can make some kind of air turbine system in the car where, as you're going, it's charging.
If you live close to a creek or a small river, you could make your own, hydropower. There's thousands of things you can do. You just got to be willing to do it, put the time and money and effort into it. And the problem is we don't have very many people looking into it. You got Elon Musk. He's like the only one really hard looking into how he's going to help turn America green.
Well,
and he's only one man. Like he may be this astronomical guy that's going to do a lot of great things, but he's only one man. He can only do so much.
Well, let's hold that thought and take a quick break.